Well, hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's coverage of Round 9 of Season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series as we come to you today from the Irish Hills of Michigan, the Michigan International Speedway. As always, joining me in the booth is Luis Gonzalez-Nunez. Luis, welcome to Michigan, a place I know that you race pretty well at in the Indy cars. But we got 200 miles of trucks ahead of us. 39 seconds left to go on qualifying. Welcome to the broadcast.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I really realized it's 100 laps today. So it's going to be a good race today. We are 4 to go from today to the end. Pocono, the last one. And still, the championship open for everyone. So actually not everyone. Until maybe I said Pat Armstrong from fifth position. So today's open for everyone. You said we talked about Wagner won the last one race over here. So to be honest, it's like a pack race. You said it's like an IndyCar. So it's pack race. It depends how to you stop in the pit lane. It's gonna be interesting with all of these 15 cars, how they're gonna be around. And I hope it's gonna happen like you said last season, like 7 yellow cautions.
7 caution sessions last time in season 1, the most ever that we've had in a single race. And it's hard to believe that we haven't had more at like when we went to Bristol or when we went to Iowa. But no, the wide open Michigan International Speedway, 7 cautions for 21 laps back in round 4 of season 1 of the ISRA Truck Series. And yes, and it was won by Matty Wags, and he is in the lineup again, so he's looking to back up his win. Let's get into today's starting lineup here from Michigan, and we'll get into this race here.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get the weather conditions off. You got a good look there. 68 degrees ambient, 112 degrees track temperature, humidity in the 60s, and a light wind from the southeast, or southwest and west. Oh, it's just all over the place now as I start talking about it. And let's get into today's starting lineup here. Evans on the pole, the 182.1. Right next to him is Stretch. Stretch Armstrong is pretty fast on these bigger tracks, and he has shown it today, 182.020, lining up second. Zorn, 182 flat. Fallis, Rick D, 181.9, a great qualification run for him. Reagan, 181.6. Hayes at a 181.5. Defending champion Wagner, a 181.5, and Rigney in row 4, the 181.5 as well. It seems to be the sweet spot for this the starting lineup here. Euler, funny story coming into today's race. He said that his throttle was only showing 96% deployment. And I guess he's been leaving 4% or so on the table for all these races here recently using Fanatec gear. And I've been a victim of that, albeit not on the accelerator side, but on the brake side. I one time ran a whole series of races, maybe a month's worth, with 2% brake applied at all times. So maybe we'll see Euler fast today. Right up next to the lineup next to him is Julian Altena making his debut in the series there in the iRacing blue truck. We'll see how well he does from the middle of the night in the Netherlands. And moving on, Kirby and Vanvoor Ellis in row 6, Gallus and Guy in row 7, and Sam Crow rounding out the field in 15th back in row 8.
I hear the driver speaking about the football, American football, about the teams and things.
Here we go, green flag here at Michigan for 100 laps.
Green flag, green flag.
And if you've missed our spotter saying green flag, I have too. We've been having audio issues for whatever reason going into turn 1. We got them solved now as they're coming up through the gearboxes. And on the outside, it is Stretch, it is Evans, and down low, it is Zorn.
I have the same problem on my B2 Fanatec. It's because the update, some of the updates make some errors on the brake. It's like a bounce in the brake. It's like when you press the brake, the brake's getting like a crazy over there. So I don't know. Kind of weird about what happened with the Euler. It never happened to me. I tried to leave some space over there in between the throttle because this, especially these tracks, or especially with this track, so it's like you can go full throttle. Ooh, one touch over there.
Yeah. Going 3 wide down the backstretch.
You can go full throttle, but sometimes you go full throttle every time for a long time. You start to leave the throttle a little bit. So sometimes I prefer to leave in the throttle in the system for maybe 86, but in the game is 100%. So that's at least can leave a little bit to rest the feet. So yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a whole bunch of races, and I'm normally pretty fast at like California, a lot of the 1.5 miles. I'm pretty fast in the IndyCar as well, and I was doing a host of races. I'm like, where did my pace go all of a sudden? And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting in my seat, kind of scooting in my seat, shaking my wheel, going, go faster, go faster. And I never really quite knew what it was. And then one time under caution, in IndyCar, when you apply the brake, you can hear the brake squeal. And I kept hearing the brake squeal. And who is around me braking all the time? And I realized that I looked down at the brake meter. It's me. And I go in and I with my foot I pull back on the brake and it disappears. But then I let go of the brake and it reapplies. I'm like, oh gosh. So yeah, I had to finish the rest of that race knowing what my problem was. A little issue on the backstretch between Gallas and Big John. They settled it out right. 4 of 100.
I remember talking about same. I was with the G29, so I have a problem with the throttles and also the brake. So the throttle is going up and down in the middle and the back straight. So I have a Pablo next to me, Pablo Diaz next to me. I have one of my teammates on front, one of my teammates on the back, and we are like 2 laps to go in the same track, in this track, Michigan. And I went on the back straight, and the throttle start to going on the middle. I put full throttle on the bottom, so it's full. But they have something problem with the function thing, so I put full throttle, but it's going down, and then at some point, boom, up again, and then down. So thinking about 20 cars in 1 second, and just me on the middle, and the car is like a brake by itself. So it's like, oh my god. That's what I decided to went to Fanatec. So.
Oh, Julian on the high side through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, going to get a good look at the backside of, say hey, Lewis Hayes. We're going to go 4 wide off the corner here if we tried hard enough here. Stretch is your leader now. Zorn second, Wags third, Evans fourth, Hayes in fifth. Julian now cracking sixth. Yeah, it's probably a good idea every now and then to kind of audit your equipment and make sure it's doing exactly what you want it to do and recalibrate everything every now and then just to make sure that you're getting 100% throttle, 100% brake, or no percent brake in my case.
I think every time you have to check that. It doesn't matter if you're done or you do every time, but at least check maybe every 6 months maybe something.
Yeah.
Try to
Not a
check
bad
the
idea.
yeah, if it works or not. Ooh, Rickney over there. Break a little bit. Yeah, because this moment where you, for example, you racing every day or maybe sometimes of the week, and you're fighting for something, and then you realize that the car is don't work because the throttle. So yeah, sometimes it's good, especially with the all of these issues around. I get lucky because I have the DD, the small one, the CCL something.
CSLDD, yeah.
So some of them they bought it on the same time than me. I have a issue with the hardware, and he had to bring back to the factory. So yeah, I get lucky with that.
Reagan going to the low side now through 3 and 4. We are clean and green through the first 10 laps here. Rule set for today, it is a 2-mile oval, 100 laps, 200 race miles, 4 sets of tires, 1 in the truck, 3 in the pit, 75% fuel. I don't know if what the plan is for everybody. If we're going to see 33, 33, 34 and do a 3-stopper. We're going to see a 2-stopper. We're going to actually 33, 33, 34 will be a 2-stopper as a matter of fact. I don't know if someone can get the 50. We'll find out in 40 laps there. We'll find out real quick here if anyone's going to do a 3-stopper, which will be every 25.
You're gonna see something. So look at that, Zorn and Armstrong do the main and the back straight. They go in one line, but you see Evans and Wagner try to push Wagner and doesn't work a little bit. So they going, but not too much. But if it continue like that, it's gonna go for long. So the distance is gonna be wild. So you see how to make the push hard over there, and I think so Evans they don't want to push too much Wagner. But yeah, they gain a little bit on Wagner. Now it's 110 at least.
Yeah, it's a 6/10 back from Zorn back to Wagner, as the leaders are really trying to work with one another and pull away.
They're still in draft, but it's not really the strong one. So it looks like a DW12. It's like when you're 0.5, at least you have a draft. I think so. Yeah. Here it's like at least a second you have something, but now it's 0.7. So if you know Evans, now Evans have to. So I think so Evans figured out this doesn't work working with Wagner over there.
Yeah. There you see the gaps now between the positions. Evans back up to Zorn, is about 4/10 right now. So he's starting to reel in that group. Everybody in line. So we shall see if pit at lap 25, what happens there. If we have people that are going to do the 25, 50, 75 home. Are we going to go 33, 66, 100? Strategy? Is somebody going to be able to get to 50? I don't think anyone's going to be able to get to 50.
Oh, this is the 2 tires change. It should be 2 tires. It's already not demanding all the 4 tires, so they should be changed I guess, the top one. So the right side maybe. That's the main one.
They do have an option to go 2 tires here if they want to, and they can go left sides, right sides only if they want to. Those are the key ones if they want to try to save some time.
It's not really demanding it depends if you call back on the car like Zorn do it, should be the tires getting a little bit hot, but it's not really demanding as we saw on maybe last week on Phoenix or Atlanta. That's hot over there.
Once again, here is the weather conditions. 68 degrees ambient, 116 degrees track temperature. It's pretty hot track temperature out there. We see Reagan up in fourth spot here using the high line. Trying to run down this group now. So Evans has joined the leaders. Reagan will actually be there momentarily. Reagan teammate Richie Hearn is out of town tonight, so he is not with us.
I kind of worry about because Kirby is the second place on the championship and it is very chill on 12th position. I think it's not like we saw on the IndyCars. It's like I 12 in one lap I can be on the front. So as
Right.
here you have to work, but I don't see he tried to work on that pace. 16 laps so far from now, so I don't see he's working now.
Oh, last time we saw him just do a very, I don't want to say a slow start. I would say call it a controlled start, where he went to the back, and then as the tires wore out for a lot of these trucks up at the front, he came forward. And then also he went with the one stopper at one of our races before. And we're watching Reagan, who is loose off a 2.
Wow. I saw a replay. Yeah, it's getting. Oh, look at. Oh, I think so. He have two going. It's so difficult to say this, but I think so. To compensate that thing, he had to go for a high line, but at the same time is like a hit right now. Look at that.
A lot of spreading out now as we're watching Say Hey Lewis Hayes and Rigney. Everyone different lines through 1 and 2.
I think so. It's a good approach of what I saw on Rigney to the people. Maybe it's gonna be a slice and loose.
If you're enjoying P1's coverage of the ISRA Truck Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing while you're at it. Don't forget to smash the like and click the bell. But don't miss out on future iRacing broadcasts here on the channel, including tomorrow night, our signature broadcast, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, the IndyCar Oval Series Top Split from Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Hard track.
That's going to be a hard
Especially-
race. Last time,
especially with this car. So yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty
the
hard.
IR18s. Yeah, last time the IR18s were at a 1 mile oval, which was New Hampshire. It was a bit of a fest. When I say a fest, I mean not a good fest.
Yeah.
Reagan
Yeah,
has
no,
joined
really
that
well.
top 4 group, by the way.
Yeah, like I mentioned, so he tried to cool down the tires going high, and I think this worked. So he had to work in that for maybe 20 more laps to coming on the pits. And also be careful with the tires. Also,
Oh, he's
it's
up
the wall,
there.
Yeah.
He is up there, and I think he got into the wall a little bit. Zorn now is the leader. He got around Armstrong. Evans got around Armstrong. Armstrong's still hanging tough, though. He's in he's in 3rd there, behind the 7. Excuse me.
Also, it's gonna be interesting how the people is coming to the pits with that tires hot.
Oh yes.
Hot tires is not works in the brake, so
I really let's ride with Chris Reagan. He is super duper loose.
How he moved it off.
Did a good job that time.
I was thinking about the turn 1 and 2. This is more difficult than 3 and 4. I don't know if it's true. It's in here.
3 and 4 being tougher than 1 and 2. Yeah, because 1 and 2, it's part of that tri-oval, so it just helps your arc into the corner. And 3 and 4 is a bit tougher. Even in IndyCar, 3 and 4 is a bit tougher. We're watching Chris Reagan. We'll see if he does how much counter steer here in the corner. There it is. Very formal looking driver suit of his with the bow tie. I don't have I got my telestrator up now, sorry.
He do it great, Regal. So the thing is, you don't want to lose the car, so you have to keep in these lead cars with Soren, Evans, and Pat Armstrong over there. So if you lose that, maybe you're gonna lose the opportunity to maybe win or get in the podium.
This seems to be the breakaway group, but we are now at lap 25. Anyone coming in for the 25, 50, 75 strategy? I don't think so. Not yet. Next time. Evans, Zorn, a little bit of a twitch there coming off a 2. Evans underneath. And he gets the lead.
I see on the back Kirby for at least 3 laps next to side by side with Guyon. Try to what I said. Try to come in from the front, and I see.
There they are. Here we go. Yeah. Wags coming in and Rigney coming in, and whoa!
He hit the wall.
He hit the wall. But he's going to execute his fast repair.
Actually, it's clean. I don't know. No. Okay, he have a meatball flag, but it's clean on penalties.
Yeah, so he will get the execute the fast repair, and then be able to. It'll cost him a second or so on pit road, but he is going to do the 25, 50, 75 route here. Use all those fresh tires. Wags is done.
Hey, Luis. Hey.
Oh, Rigney, no, he has a penalty.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. So I didn't see that because the meatball flag is over there. I don't see the penalty in the overlay. So yeah, you're right. Unfortunately.
The Wagner gets out right and joins the leaders.
Thorne coming to next time by, I think.
And I think Armstrong is as well.
Sam Crow is coming too.
Oh, Evans, Zorn, Reagan, Armstrong, all of them pit road. Everybody pit road. Rick D is going to stay out. Kirby, there it is. I was wondering if he had a strategy going on back there. He's going to stay out. So maybe he's going to 34, 33, 34 if he can make it.
Well, like I see they're gonna go for 3 stop all of these people, so maybe Kirby's going for 2 like you said.
Problem is that's a lot of laps. Oh, Kirby coming now. Kirby now, yeah. That's a lot of laps if he could stay out there to 34 versus everyone coming in at 25, 26, 27, 28, that they might actually pull a little bit of a gap on him. So coming to pit road might not be a bad idea now. Rick D coming with them as well, but that will rejoin when the field here cycles through. Evans, Zorn, now Wagner. He is up to 3rd. So Wagner getting to 3rd by virtue of a coming to pit road before everybody else, and is ahead of Stretch. Chris Reagan had a bad pit road experience. He was in the box for 21.6 seconds. So I'm wondering if he had he missed his marks and had the reset. Kirby's going to rejoin in 6th.
Oh no, I think so. He's gonna get the penalty. Kirby, maybe. I'm not sure because he touched the yellow line.
Uh-oh, well, we'll see. Julian getting around Kirby. Move Julian up to 6th. We'll see if that makes Kirby come to pit road. We'll see if he gets a black flag.
No, I save. Oh, what a lucky because he put half a car in the car and exit on the pit. That's for sure his penalty, but here I think so. He make him like a. It's okay. You can go.
So top 3 is Evan, Zorn, Armstrong. Wags is right with him in 4th, and then we have Hayes working now with Rigney, who is 1 lap down because of a 40-second hold of speeding on pit road. So Rigney trying to help Hayes out to catch this lead group. Actually, he might do it. Altena is 6th, Kirby 7th. Euler with 100% throttle is 8th. Rick D 9th. Sam Crow up to 10th. He's up 5 spots. And there's a pass for Lewis Hayes down to the bottom around Wags, and he gets the position, move him up to 4th.
4th spot. Kirby won in the pit stop. He entered to 11th, basically 11th because he was alone for 2 laps. But he exited on 7th, so he must to catch. I think so. He had to work to try to catch Julian because Julian is in the group lead.
He is actually going to catch this group here real soon, and it's going to be a 6-car or a 6-truck breakaway. He's right there.
Or maybe Euler could be work with Kirby, try to make a bump draft and try to catch the leaders.
Julian not staying in line. He's going right to the bottom, and he's going to come alongside Lewis Hayes. Down the backstretch. He wants the position, but Hayes in a better position with the draft. And Julian just tucks right back in. Now this time Julian has a draft, and he's going to get the position. He's actually got enough of a run. He's going to go underneath Stretch. Stretch can't go any higher. Oh no! And Hayes was there. I get ready to say he bounces off the wall. I'm not sure what type of damage is done.
Well, that touch is a little bit maybe direction maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, here, Stretch to the inside of Wags. He looks to be okay right now. I mean, he has another pit stop coming up here in... yeah.
It look like it's okay. Because that Kirby is in the group. I think so. Say, hey, Luis, so that space you think you can come in, but it's like a nope. But yeah.
36 of 100 in the books. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for ISRA night on P1 Broadcasting here. If you're just joining us, this is the ISRA Truck Series coming to you from Michigan, where we've completed 36 of a scheduled 100 laps. If you're enjoying P1's coverage of tonight's race, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell, best of all, so we can tell you when we go live again next for future iRacing content. Don't have the points really plugged in the system for today's race, but Kirby leads overall, or excuse me, Evan leads overall over Kirby at 284 to 263, and then another 30 points back to Wagner, who is in third. Zorn fourth, Armstrong fifth, Hearn is sixth, Crow seventh, Rigney eighth, Guy in ninth, and Say Hey Lewis Hayes in 10th, and that is the series points coming into today's event at Michigan. With only 3 races to go after this, next race we head to The Rock.
Rockingham.
Yes. Did I say it like the old chairman of the board there of the WWE? The Rock.
Sound like that, yes. You're right. So 232.658 miles per hour, Adrian Fernandez. 1996.
Oh, the race record, yeah.
Yes. That's fast.
That is very fast. Yeah, they were this for a long time. This track actually had the unofficial. Actually, did have the official because it was under qualifications. This was the first track that an IndyCar ever turned 220 at, and Rick Mears did it in qualifying for the, I want to say the '96 Michigan 500. I could be wrong. But the first time an IndyCar ever turned 220 miles per hour was here. And it held the track record, or it held the world closed course speed record until it came back to Indianapolis, where it was 230 for a long time. But always one of the fastest race courses in the world, Michigan. Even when the Cup cars come here, they can get up to 200 miles per hour now very easily, or used to be able to get up to 200 miles per hour very easily here.
So, 96, I said. From 96 to 2003, it's 8 years maybe, I said?
Yeah,
maybe?
yep.
Yeah, so Brian Herta, 221.801 miles per hour. That's the second one for the IndyCar, but
When the IRL came here, yeah.
Yeah.
IRL never did 500-mile races here. They only did 400-mile races. But I believe this is the home to one of the fastest 400-mile races ever. Yeah, when I think Sam Hornish won that race. And Julian up to the top. Move him to second. And Evans getting a little bit of a challenge from the Dutchman.
Oh no, Guyon dropped but the
looks like Guyon's out. Yep, he DC'd. I am looking at still on the list of things to upgrade. I am looking at a new internet router here for the household. I want to squeeze some better speed. I went back and found out that I've had my existing Linksys router, which is not a bad one, and it's an EA 8300. But I've had it now 7 years. I'm like, it's probably time to upgrade. Oh, Julian getting loose there in turns 3 and 4. But Zorn that's 1 and 2. Zorn just keeping right behind and keeping pace with Evans. We'll see when we get to the next round of pit stops. 15 laps for a lot of these leaders in this current stint. A lot of them went 27, 28, 25 was Wagner. He did the undercut. I suspect he will do that again. Here's
So
Wags.
for the track records for NASCAR Track Series, 185.129 miles per hour on Mayat Schneider, maybe Miat Schneider should be the first name. 2018 and 200 miles here in Michigan.
Okay.
That should be the lap record for the track series. So
The Truck Series. Okay.
yes.
Matt Snyder. Okay, Matt Snyder. I'm not sure what he's doing these days, but I don't think he's. Oh, it's Marty Snyder's son. Okay. The pit reporter for NBC. Okay.
Yeah, oh, that's good. You see the difference between it's funny what I want to say something, but it's different between the people is coming from no NASCAR leagues
Yeah.
to NASCAR leagues.
Yes.
You see these two guys on the front, quiet, just let's be chill, let's push each other. We can do something and try to try to do the same thing and try to catch this guy to be on one only line to define or maybe make the close finish to the end. And this makes sense because with that strategy, you don't burn too much tires and it's just going one line to the end. Because they know how to stop it. They know how, because we already saw it on Kirby how he won 4th spot in just only one pit stop. Simple like that.
Well, Kirby has worked his way now up to 4th, and he is challenging Julian to the inside.
This is hard. He took like maybe 5 laps to pass before Guyon. And yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, especially when you take in any car over here, or maybe NASCAR Cup, Xfinity, whatever, or IndyCar. If you go to the high line, you have the position for sure.
You're reaching the halfway point already. That's a very stereotypical ISRA race here at Michigan, but a untypical race last time we were here. 7 cautions. We are now 50 laps in. No cautions so far. I say so far. So if anyone's looking to blame somebody when we do go caution, I'll just go ahead and circle a number up at the top there and say, that is Gary. Do a GG. And this battle between Kirby and Julian. Again, first time both these guys ever racing each other, I believe. Julian coming off a good weekend, at least a start. What's that?
It's coming, say hey, Lois. I think so. Wagner 2 is coming.
Here they come. They are right at the 50 lap mark, where they said they would expect him to come. Now, can they slow down? Oh, I think he got there. I think, oh, that was close for both of them. We'll watch him hit pit road. Julian had started off the weekend good. We broadcast their IndyCar races over on the VOR channel, the Velocity Online Racing channel. He led off with a DW12 win at Pocono. But the Saturday race, which is their IndyCar Championship, which is the IR18, not a good race for him. He was taken out in the first 25 laps there of a 350-mile lap or 350-mile race, 140-lap race. There's Reagan hitting pit road. Also hitting pit road is 100% Jake Euler. That might be his nickname now on. He's going to be 100% hopefully. So it's just 100% Jake Euler. Meanwhile, back up front, Zorn and Evans just in lockstep with one another. Julian is now third, but he's got lap traffic between himself and those leaders, and that lap traffic has new tires, so he will not be catching it. Kirby trying to get around Julian, but it's just not working out for him, not with tires this old. 25 laps for these guys.
I see Reagan in the pits, I think. Yeah, it's
Reagan on pit road again.
Yeah.
So something happened. I don't know if he has to come in for a stop and go or a 40-second hold. And, yeah, he went ahead and punched out. So I think he might have had a penalty.
I'll let you know now why. Because I saw the black flag over there.
And there we see Wags getting around the leaders. But he's scooting away with new tires.
You remember what I told you about the Kirby? He touched the line.
Yeah.
And exit the pit. Yeah, Reagan touched the line, but in the middle on the corner. So I don't know. It's kind of random because Kirby put the half a car outside the yellow line. And just Reagan was in the middle of the track, maybe. That's because it's dangerous. I don't know. He got the black flag because that, and he didn't for him.
Here's Hayes with new tires going around the leaders. Join us this Wednesday at 7:50 p.m. Eastern for the Evotive Racing League, their Indy Oval Series. It is Championship Wednesday for them at Indianapolis. That'll be 7:50 p.m. Eastern. And then part of our Wednesday double headers that we've been having here for the last 7 weeks will conclude this Wednesday, the 23rd, with the VRL Series at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time, the VRL Truck Series. And here come the leaders to pit road, as they are going to Las Vegas for an elimination race for their playoffs, and then join myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez one more time when we head to Detroit, and we'll see if ERN's or actually the ERL's Indy 500 winner Chad Frankenfeld has a post Indy 500 hangover racing on Belle Isle.
Excited race because we have because the Indy 500, we have at least 4 people fighting for the championship with 4 to go.
That season is running down here real quickly. And Evans and Zorn in lockstep again off of pit road. And there goes Wagner. And Kirby's already on by. So Kirby still needs to stop. But that is your new set of leaders right there. Kirby on pit road right now.
Oh. Yeah.
So Wags, he is now your leader. He's 5 laps on this set of tires. He has done the, I guess it would be the undercut, really, is what he's achieved here. And we expect him then to hit pit road here relatively right around lap 75, give or take. Also doing well, say hey Lewis Hayes, he's up to second. Stretch Armstrong, despite smacking the wall, probably went in and got the fast repair executed on him, I'm willing to bet. No, he didn't, so whatever damage he had was not serious. He is third. Evans and Zorn are 4th and 5th now. Altina is in 6th. He's been kind of hanging in that position for much of the race, other than that battle when he was having with Kirby for 3rd and 4th there for a while. Euler at 7th. Rick D 8th. Crow 9th. Kirby 10th. Kirby's done.
Something.
Go ahead.
That's why Kirby went back on the pack, because his brake on the pit entry, he spun and he went back, and then he turned the car, so he lost at least 5 seconds. That's why he's back on the back. All
right, so he spun coming to pit road. Okay.
But he did many. He went to reversal and then he went back, and yeah, so.
Here's Evans and Zorn around stretch. This will move stretch back to 5th. The Wagner, your leader now by 1.2 seconds, coming to lap 60. And he is only another 15 laps away from making his final stop.
Should be shorter, no?
And once we get final stops done, we'll give you a real quick word from Sim Motion, but do want to thank them for being the sponsor of the series for this year, for this season and next. Whatever car we're going to next, I think it's might be an open wheeler. Hint, hint. But today's race is sponsored by Sim Motion. They have over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry. Sim Motion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need in sim racing, whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for the next upgrade. Check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatec, Butt Kicker, Moza, Sim Magic, and more. Sim Motion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA. Visit their store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need to know are in the description. Hayes getting loose off 2 a little bit as he's getting run down now by Evans and Zorn. And also Armstrong, who's attached onto the tail end of that train. Evans with a little bit of a bump there at the main straight.
I think it makes sense because Matt is really away from the group. It's 1.3 over Hayes, so you have to work, or maybe leave Hayes and Thor and Evans try to again work together for catch. It's gonna be maybe 5 laps. It's gonna catch. Look at that. Yep. I think the best decision is let's leave Hayes back and let's push together Thor and Evans.
And Julian is going to be there very shortly as well. Oh, Julian right around the stretch.
I think it's not right. No, it's not right. Look at that. Look at that. Evans, well, he tried to make a block on them, but it's not right. They need to work together to try to catch the Wagner. I know it's 6/10, but still far.
And now Julian around Hayes. Move Julian up to 2nd. Hayes now 3rd. Evans and Zorn 4th and 5th. Stretch in 6th. So Julian, in the matter of about 2 laps, caught that entire group and passed them. And I don't think we're looking at a fuel mileage race right now. I think, and here he comes. He's got a good run on Wags down the backstretch.
I think they know how to do it, so maybe they save it a little of fuel, because I don't see they pass or try to attempt to pass to Hayes.
Whoa. Yep. And clears off.
Whoa.
Wagner does a crossover.
Yeah.
But here comes Evans and Zorn now, and going to follow on through is Stretch.
Oh, there it is.
Kirby around Crow back in 9th. Zorn passing Hayes now. And Evans passing Wagner down low. Wagner's probably another 8 to 9 laps away from making his final stop. As we mentioned, next up for the series, next week, it's going to be The Rock, and then we're going to go to Kansas, and then we will have November 11th. It will be Championship Monday at Pocono. Well, we will crown a Series 2 champion. It doesn't look like we're going to be doing another repeat champion, unfortunately. Lionel Callisto won our Season 1 championship and won the Xfinity championship. But he has not participated in the last couple of races. I think he's had equipment issues. And unfortunately, we'll catch him hopefully when we get to whatever our next season will be. So we're looking at a battle between Evans and, well, I think when the drop weeks hit, Zorn's going to be probably someone that we need to look out for as well. Kirby is involved there, is going to be involved in this championship.
Well, for today, I think Kirby's going a little bit back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in the right direction. Definitely not in the right direction. Evans now racing Julian Altena for the lead. These two have never raced each other. Julian arguably is a more of an IndyCar driver than a truck driver, but he's doing pretty good here.
Yeah, I see it's getting good, but the patience works on Evans. Evans and Sor for sure, but we already saw in another races in here, and they are really patient on in every single track. Sorry.
Yeah. Rick D has caught Say Hey Lewis Hayes. So we're going to have a battle for 6th here very shortly. He's now alongside Hayes, down low through 3 and 4. They'll drag it out down the front stretch on the tri-oval area. Each other given a lot of room. Up high is Hayes, going to have a big run going into the corner. Down low is Rick D. Rick D is going to get the position. Move Rick D up to 6th. Still the top 3, Altena, Evans, and Zorn now. 71 of 100. And I would suspect Wagner now about another 4 laps away.
It should be 5 laps more.
Ian Armstrong and probably Say Hey Lewis Hayes are going to be on about the same lap, give or take.
Evans take the lead.
Yeah, Evans around Julian, who now moves back to third as Zorn also passes him on through. We'll watch that again. He just got a good run down the front stretch and passed Julian to the inside. Julian's been pretty well disciplined, staying in that high line for much of the race. Although when we did see him pass for the get up into the lead group there, he went down low in 3 and 4 and picked up a bunch of positions.
I think a little loose Julian on 2 laps ago. That's why he left the car. So you see it's a loose on turn 2. So I think so it's too hot the tires. It's not burn the tires because it's not, you cannot burn the tires over here. It just basically is too hot, and that's why it's running high and it's still loose. Look at that.
Yeah.
So it's try to, yeah. So maybe he can ask in his mind how did this guy going 18 laps. Yeah.
There's your track temp, 115 right now. And we are riding with Zorn as just kind of following Evans. He's been following Evans all day today. Kind of rolls out of it before getting into 3. Gets back in the throttle, gets a good run back on the main straight here.
Only 2 laps, and this 7/10 on from these 2 guys.
And we are at the window really to get to the end is open now. If anyone wants to pit, we are lap 75. We're in the last 25 laps of this race here.
It should be coming in a couple laps. Say hey, Luis, hey. So yeah, it's coming now.
Scheduled stop, final stop for Say Hey Lewis Hayes.
Should be the next one is Wagner for sure.
Wagner now off of 2 in the Ollie's Bargain Outlet livery.
He's 25 now. It's gonna maybe one more lap. Yeah, it's gonna be one more lap.
Big John is on pit road. There he is. For a 4-tire and fuel stop. We'll see if
Now,
Wagner. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's coming now.
All right, see if Wagner makes that turn down pit road.
Oh, awesome.
And it's coming with stretch. Final stop for Wags. One at Atlanta earlier this season. Won our last race here at Michigan in season 1.
Oh, Slor coming first. Leaving Evans on pit. I think
Yeah,
so.
that is a strategic call right there. I wondered if he's going to try for the undercut here. So I would think Evans might be smart for him to come to pit road next time by. Down the backstretch all by himself now is Evans.
Euler 2 and pits.
Euler making his final stop. Zorn should be down and away here momentarily, and he is. Evans stays out. Oh, what do we got back? Sorry, that was Wags, Stretch. Oh, that's right around Julian. Okay. 21 to go. Julian should be coming to pit road. He's struggling right now. Needs to get a new set of tires and do this last 20, do it real fast. Get a short fill. Evans, does he come down pit road this time?
It's coming now.
Yeah, I think he has to.
It's far. Soren is very far. I think so because I saw it on the last 2 pit stop. Evans, I don't want to say he's slow on the exit, but it's more faster Soren on the exit than Evans. So maybe this is a good bad handicap for Evans.
Well, we'll see Zorn. Zorn at full song right now. Evans on pit road, waiting to be completed. He's down with one side. Now they're up on the other side. He's got his, and here comes Zorn down the main straight. Here comes Evans off of pit road. And that's exactly the undercut does it. Zorn to the lead.
I think all this lap we went back to the Evans is save fuel, save fuel. So the best strategy for Evans is going to have a friend. So
and Stretch Armstrong got the drop on him too. So now he needs to come up to speed, and now he needs to try to run down Armstrong, whose tires really aren't that bad at 3 laps old. And then he needs to try to run down Zorn, and does he have enough time in 19 laps? That might have been the move. That might have been the race move. Rick D coming to pit road, final stop. That will turn the lead over to Zorn. Evans in the draft of Stretch, coming in the 3. Not there yet.
Now they together. So I think if it's Evans, I have to push Armstrong to try to catch Soren is 2.4.
Yeah, he's pushing him. He's not racing him. He's pushing him. And now we have Zorn leading by himself. Stretch at Evans in second in a group of 2. And then another group of 2 of Wags and Hayes. And then Julian rejoining. Now he is by himself. So he's got to run down those guys by himself. 18 to go. Rick D rejoins in 7th. Euler in 8th. Kirby in 9th. Crow in 10th. Let's get a last word here from our sponsor. We'll be right back.
With years of experience and a passion for customer service, SimMotion is a trusted name for SimMagic products. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, we have the gear to get you on the podium. At SimMotion, we don't just sell gear, we feel your passion for sim racing.
And we're back for the final 16 laps. Again, want to thank SimMotion for being a series sponsor for the ISRA. Check them out in the links. Go ahead. 1 point what? 1.5 now.
Yeah, sorry.
1.5 it was. 2 seconds not too long ago. So I think they're going to catch him.
gonna catch it now, and maybe 2 laps more.
1.5 still.
Then 100% they're gonna catch it for sure.
Yeah, they
Because,
will. It's just when will they catch them?
It's 187, and Zorn is 185 on the entry on the corner, so it's 2 miles more faster than. Yeah, look at that. It's 190.
Yeah, you see,
190.
right there. 178.7 for Zorn last time by. 179.5 for Armstrong and Evans.
Almost 2 tenths. It's gonna be excited finish.
Yeah, it is. Another stereotypical, we mentioned before, stereotypical ISRA race, no cautions. And it's going to come down to the last handful of laps. That does always seems though, that fresher tires are king here in this league. So I do think Evans has the advantage, but he's got to get there, and he's got to get around Stretch. And I do not see Stretch moving over for him necessarily. Stretch only has 3 laps better, older tires.
But at the same time, you said that the fresh tires is the king here. But I think so. The strategy of pits is, I think so, the key.
Here's
also
Evans to the inside, trying to get past Stretch here, going into 3 and 4, so he can directly attack Zorn. 11 to go, coming to 11 to go, and he does clear him.
I think only 1 second on the in between should be.
One second.
I thought Evans is trying to cool down the car, but no, it's like because this is hammer time. Yep.
Oh, there we saw just behind Wagner, Altena, and Hayes. They're getting around Hayes. Hayes almost got into the wall. Here's Altena to the inside of Wagner. Those are 2 IndyCar racers right there. Not going to give each other a lot of room. And Julian gets the spot. And now Evans, 6 tenths. And he's going to get there, but still a lot to race. He's going to get there with probably about 8 to go, if not sooner.
The question is which line you're gonna choose. We already talked about the high line is the faster, but I don't know who's gonna be on the end.
Now as Big John stays out of the way, he's not going to impede the leaders any that time by. They'll move the leaders around Big John.
Oh no, Big John.
Big John through the grass.
Lose the car. Good save, huh?
Yeah, kept the wheel straight. And Evans is there. There we go. To the inside. And now we talked about the high line. Can the high line defend here for the next 8 laps? I'm not so sure it can.
Well, the only maybe yes. So the only alternative to Storm is a squeeze Evans to the first line and going more faster on the exit. That's the only option he have.
That's what he's doing right there. He's going to hold the lead now. I mean, there's 6 to go. Greg won the last race at Phoenix. Zorn won his only race this season at Chicagoland. Evans won the first 4 to open up the season at Charlotte, Iowa, Kentucky, and IRP. A little bit of everything there. Intermediate track, short track, really short track. And now Super Speedway looking to get a win here. 6 to go. Zorn staying up high. And again, the difference in tires is only 2 laps. Side by side off the corner. Zorn is clear. 5 to go.
Maybe Evans is make like a played attempt to the last lap. Like, okay, what kind of move I can do on the lap? So, okay, turn 1. Maybe no. Oh, on turn 2, I can through the car. Maybe I can do the dive bomb and win the race. I don't know. So he still have a time to thinking with 5 to go.
Now coming to 4 to go. 8 miles to go. Rick D around Matty Wags up to 5th. A great race for Rick D. Julian up 6 spots to 4th. He is right now by himself. He might catch Stretch. Stretch is in 3rd. Stretch is going to be a very interested party if Zorn and Evans really get in the racing and there's contact of some sort and they take each other out.
I think about the Pat Armstrong is try to go in fast on the second line, but the car is loose, super loose. I think so. He must try to do the same when he Storm do it with Evans.
Side by side, they're at the line, and Zorn still hung on to the lead, still side by side going into 1. Evans noses out, but he's not quite clear, and he is actually clear now, and he'll shut the door on Zorn, and we have a new leader.
Oof. Now he must to push back again.
Oh, and he's
Zorn.
sliding through 2 and 3 and 4. You watch his hands in the mirror there in the window. And that's going to cost him 2 tenths. But he's in a very familiar spot where he's been all day. He has just been on the tailgate all day long of Evans until that last stop where he undercut him. But the undercut didn't last as long as he needed. He just needed to last another 3 more laps, and he would have got the win. Right now, he needs to run down Evans and pass him again to get the win. Evans leader by 3, going into 3, coming to 1 to go.
Zorn too loose for me, and Armstrong's loose too, and Julian is coming now.
White flag in the air. Evans and Zorn battling for first. Stretch and Altena battling for the final step of the podium. Julian sticking a nose underneath Armstrong. This is a battle for 3rd. And he's going to clear him mid-corner. Well, it looked like it might have been Zorn's day. Zorn's going to get a good paying day, but it's going to be another win for Evans. Win number 6 this season for the man that looks like he's on his way to the points championship of Season 2 of the Truck Series. Greg Evans gets the win. Zorn second. And Julian Altena in his first race here in the series comes home third.
Good race on Evans. Really good race on Evans. So he took I'm gonna say this. He used Pat Armstrong to catch Zorn.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. Let's take a look at the final standings here. That's the starting grid, Gary. Results. There we go. Greg Evans, your winner by a half second over Zorn. Julian third. Stretch fourth. Rick D fifth. Good finishes for both those guys. Matt Wagner sixth. And Say Hey seventh. Good top 10 for Say Hey. Justin Kirby, not the finish he was looking for in eighth. Had a little issue on pit road. That's going to cost him. He comes home eighth. 100% Jake Euler in P9. Sam Crow starting shotgun on the field, finishes in 10th. Gala's 11th, Big John 12th, Rigby 13th, Reagan 14th, and Guyon 15th. All these victory lane cameras that I have. All right. Queue up some replays here and get into the interview room. There is a middle of the night for Julian. All right. Gracefully pan that music out there. There we go. And let's get into the interview room here. And let's bring up old Julian. So, going in the racing trucks, huh?
Yeah. Hi.
Congratulations on the P3. I remember you and I raced in a truck league. That was a long time ago. And I think your very first race there, you were on the podium. I don't remember the last time you raced trucks. That might have been your actual last start. But welcome back to the podium.
Thanks. I don't even know what to say. I do know I raced a trucks race at Kentucky a few months ago. But other than that, I can't remember ever driving this car this year. So yeah, I don't know what to say really. It was just a great race. I was a bit surprised how clean it was, but I guess that's the reputation of the series as well, which is why I was like, why not just do a race? I was actually expecting that I was going to be one of the many yellows here today, but it was good to have a clean and green race. Yeah, just a completely different thing than what I'm used to, of course. And yeah, it sucks that these races are so late at night for me because it's 5 a.m. now. I got nothing else going on this week, so I could do this one. But yeah, it was great. I was literally learning as I went on with the race, and you saw it early on, especially on the first 2 or 3 stints, that I was really struggling to keep the tires under me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to apply what I know from the IndyCar to this car, and it worked in the end. So I'm pretty happy about it. But it took me a while to get there. But you know, as long as you get there, it's worth it. So really happy with the result tonight.
Tonight. Well, it is. I guess it is today almost, and we're on just about. Sunbreak is going to happen here in a couple hours in the Netherlands. But shout outs to any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go for this third place?
Yeah, for the IndyCar people watching the stream, check out my league, Velocity on iRacing. We run IndyCar leagues on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, mainly for European people like myself. But if you're free on your afternoons in the US, or maybe even your mornings if you're on the far West Coast, then check it out. I mean, I don't really have any sponsors on the side of the truck here, but I guess I can say thanks to Gary Lovern from Loverns Incorporated, Alexander Boney from IFS Personal Financial Planning, you guys for broadcasting. It's good to see you, by the way, guys.
And no problem.
I'm sure I forgot somebody, but thanks to everyone who put on the great race today, who watched, and yeah, hi to my girlfriend as well. She's probably asleep, but yeah, it was a good race.
All right, well, congratulations on a great first start in the series, third place here in the ISRA. Good to see you here, and we'll catch you maybe at another one in the future. But we'll catch you on the VOR channel for sure here in the coming weeks here with the DW12, the Sprint, and the IndyCar Championship.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Gary. See you, Luis.
No problem.
Yep.
All right. So very happy Julian Altena from the Netherlands. We'll bring in Josh Zorn here next. Josh, welcome to the booth. P2 today for you, sir. Really just needed that undercut to last a couple more laps, and it might have been P1 for you, but not today. But I can see people making the gambles to try to get the edge over Evans, and it almost worked for you today.
Yeah, it honestly was a little more of a move just because I was worried about other people behind me actually kind of pitting early. So it was more of a move to defend against that than it was to try and beat Greg. But I knew once things cycled out there and Greg had some drafting help, I knew I was definitely going to have to race him there in the last 10 laps. And I just had a hard time kind of managing pace with keeping the right rear on it, and so I was able to hold him off for a few laps, but then the right rear finally started to go, and full credit to Greg. He ran a great race, and he executed every lap.
For much of that race, you were following Greg. Was that the plan?
Yeah, I kind of knew I burned it up on the first run, and so once I got behind him there, felt it was best just to not push too hard and just kind of see what kind of time I could make running behind him, and then see how things cycled out from there.
Well, again, a valiant effort, and almost got him. We were watching the undercut, and but we've seen with all things in this league, eventually the stronger tires at the end kind of always win the day. It seems like we've yet to really, at least this season, see the undercut happen where then somebody with the older tires can hold off that guy, and that's just not happened yet. I don't know if it's just the racetrack that we go to doesn't lend itself to that, or what, but it was still a valiant effort. We applaud you for it. P2 in the race today. I don't think we have drop weeks added yet, but you've moved your way up to fourth in the championship, just 1 point behind Wags, who had himself a pretty decent race as well. But coming down the stretch, I'm looking at least possibly getting on the podium for the championship, maybe not a little bit more after this. So up next is The Rock, and then we only got a couple more weeks.
Yeah, you bet. It'll be fun finishing it out here. It's been a lot of fun already, and thanks to you guys for everything you do, and SimMotion for their support as well.
Any other shout outs you need to make before we get you out of here?
No, I think that's all I got tonight.
All right. Thanks, you got it. Josh Zorn, P2 tonight. Congratulations. We'll catch you next week at Rockingham.
Thank you.
And let's also here let you know Josh did lead 27 laps today. And let's bring up Greg Evans getting yet another win. Greg, another race, another win, 6th win of the season here at Michigan, and I think slightly fresher tires. And I think the way that you used those tires and managed them ultimately is kind of what allowed you to get around Josh and got the win here. Congratulations. Talk about your race.
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you. I really wasn't sure what to do that last pit stop. I thought Josh might cut it short a little bit, but I couldn't tell if he was, saving more than me, or just kind of running behind me. And I was like, man, I would rather race behind him, so I'm not, you know, if he's learning anything, I don't want him to learn, too much. But you really can't, you have to follow somebody to learn. Um, but I was like, man, I'd rather be behind him, kind of learning what to do at the end. But yeah, man, whenever he pitted, I was like, I don't know if I need to stay out and fresh tires are going to be worth it, or do I need to go ahead and pit now. So I think I did 2, maybe 3 laps extra. Um, luckily, just by chance, I came out right behind Pat, and he's like, "I'll move out of your way." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I need you to run as fast as you can. Just run your race, and I'm going to push you because there is no way I'm going to catch Josh just by myself." So not that I don't think without Pat just running his line of me getting behind him, I had a chance. And then yeah, even whenever I caught Josh, honestly, in the back of my mind, I was like, I just don't think I'm going to have enough to get by him. So I got to him, took a look early, and then I ran behind him about 5 laps, and I was just thinking, try to save as much tire as I can, cool my tires down. Let's take one more shot at it. With about 3 laps to go, and whenever we drove it into one, I think both of us just drove it eyeballs deep, trying to he was trying to stay on the outside. I was trying to clear him, and he stayed on the outside. And then I was just thinking, man, I've just got to pedal this thing off the corner and hope that I clear him. And then even then, he got a good run down the back stretch, and I was thinking if he picks to the inside, like, oh crap, I want to dive it in there again. But man, that was just a really good, clean race. Josh is an excellent racer. He always races with respect. You can really race Josh hard but clean. So thank him for racing me clean tonight as well.
Yeah, we saw when you rejoined, LGN called it. He's like, oh, he's using Pat. He's totally using Pat. So he called a shot, and yeah, that's you confirmed exactly kind of what we were thinking up here in the booth. Well, congratulations on another win this season. The points have been updated. We'll go ahead and read those off real quick. Again, I don't know if drop weeks have been tallied in or taken under consideration yet, but you lead Kirby 326 to 295. And then Kirby leads Wagner 295 to 267. And then there's actually a pretty tight battle for third between about 4 different drivers going off into the middle portion of the top 10. So you kind of got yourself in a pretty good position here in the final 3 weeks. Rockingham's next. Then we're going to Kansas, which I'm going to guess you're pretty good at Kansas. And I'm going to also guess you're probably going to be pretty good at Pocono. I don't think a lot of people race at Rockingham anymore. That might be the wild card. So we're just going to see how everyone kind of survives next week. But until then, I mean, you're still the points leader with a pretty good cushion. Any shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go so you can start practicing for that one?
Yeah, man, we're definitely looking forward to Rockingham. A lot of the guys that I race with, they love that track. It's one of those. It's almost like a Darlington.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to find a rhythm, and you cannot race anybody else. You just have to race the racetrack and save your tires. But thanks to thanks to Sim Motion for sponsoring the league. I gotta have a chat with Mike Rigney because the week after I get my pedals, he announces we're gonna get pedals as rewards, and I was like, you know what, Mike, that's just not even fair. I get a little bit of an advantage maybe off of buying pedals, and then you go out here, and I was like, if by chance I do win the pedals, like, what am I gonna do? But I mean, that is awesome for the league. So excited to see that, and glad that worked out because, man, these pedals are awesome. So having the broadcast, having you guys do that, thank you guys so much for doing that. But also having gifts or prizes, rewards for drivers who show up, man, that goes a long way. And not many leagues are able to do that. So thank them for doing that. Freightliner, Sim Magic, of course, Sim Labs, Butt Kicker. Sorry, I'm battling a cough this week, but and like I said, just thank you guys again for broadcasting and doing it for us. It just makes everything so much more I wouldn't say real, but enjoyable. So you can go back and watch it after the race, and hear you guys talk about us, and that just adds so much to it. So thank you guys again.
Our pleasure. Congratulations. 3 weeks to go in this championship, 3 races ago. And we're going off to the Rock next, which might be the wild card. We'll see. But until then, celebrate the win, have fun with it, and then we'll catch you at the next one.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good evening and have a good week.
You too. So you called it, Lewis. You're like, he's using him. He's using him. Watch him. He's pushing him right along. He's going to catch up. That's exactly what he's doing, and you called it. The other thing is when he talks about getting the new set of pedals, and I don't know if you can agree or not, but typically everyone always asks, like, when it comes time, okay, they'll start sim racing, right, and they'll get themselves a basic setup. Well, some people don't. Some people go all in, but let's say you want to do a conservative setup. Let's say you go with like a G29 or something like that. And then when it comes time to upgrade, people always ask, what's the next thing I should really upgrade? Should I get a new fancy wheel? Should I get a new fancy wheelbase? And really the answer, as I understand, that will help you the most with your driving, if your next new upgrade after getting your starter kind of set, is going up in pedals. Everyone tells me the new thing is the best thing to do is get new pedals, and new pedals will help you the most, and then go after the new direct drive wheel, and then go after the fancy Gomez steering wheel and everything like that. But he's doing kind of along the same lines what I suspect a lot of other sim racers do, and that's go with the new pedals first, and it seemed to be really paying off for Greg as another win here in the series. And we got 3 to go: Rockingham, Kansas, and then we go to championship Monday at Pocono. Lewis, any final thoughts here about what happened, what we saw? Another caution-free race at Michigan, which is actually a bit of a change from the first time we visited Michigan.
Yeah, very excited today. It was at the race. So about the pedals, yeah, for sure, it's pedals. Doesn't matter. So I really need the growth. I know he used a G27. I think so. The pedal is Fanatec. So to be honest, it's better the pedal. So good race for Evans again. Like I said, he used Pat Armstrong for keep on the front. Unfortunately, it's bad for Pat because he burned the tires and he reheat the tires. And he couldn't defend
Julian there at the end.
Yeah, tried to save the position with Julian. So bad for him. But and also Kirby, he is 31 back on Evans because the race today. But we only have a 3 to go. So who knows what's gonna happen on Rockingham? Like Evans said, is you have to fight it with or race with the track and not with somebody else. So if it, like I said, it's like a Darlington, it's gonna be hard to race over there. And yeah, 3 to go, and it's still open the race. So one mistake on Evans is gonna be a problem to this 3 to go. So
yeah,
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Michigan is Greg Evans with his 6th win of the year. Josh Zorn, P2, another podium for him. And Julian Alten, his first start in the series, gets his first podium also in this series. 1 for 1 for starts and podiums for Julian there. He finishes 3rd. Join P1 again next week for round 10 of season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series, as the series will head to Rockingham Speedway for the first time ever. Coverage begins around 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 9:45 p.m. Eastern. As always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Let's give you these graphics up here to remind you. So you know, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race, and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like on the video, just like we showed you on the screen. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1 other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night, the IndyCar Oval Series, Tuesday night top split, our signature broadcast, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. We will be visiting Milwaukee. So IndyCar's on the Milwaukee Mile. Should be a good time. Check us out again, 8:15 p.m. Eastern over here tomorrow night on Tuesday night on the Tuesday night top split IndyCar Oval Series. Today's race is sponsored by SimMotion. They have over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry. SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need in sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or you're a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatek, Butt Kicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. SimMotion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need are in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter, or you can even follow them on Instagram. All the links are in the description. Check them out. So for LGN, everyone here at P1 and the ISRA, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all good night. Thanks for watching, and to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week at The Rock for the next race of the ISRA Truck Series. Good night, everybody.